Visit our sponsor, criminal defense attorney Mark J. Victor, right now. That's Mark J. Victor, the attorney for freedom. Visit today at attorneyforfreedom.com and request a Freedom Essentials Kit. Know your rights and get advice from a certified specialist in criminal law. Watch Mark's Top 5 Things Every Gun Owner Needs to Know video and How to Survive a Traffic Stop, along with the inside scoop on DUI laws, the drug war, gun rights, and what we can do to ensure a more free and open society. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green, and you're tuning into AMTV, Alternative Media Television. It's Monday, May 9, 2016. Today's video, you'll learn about Donald Trump and the GOP conspiracy. Donald Trump, GOP curveball. You know, people have been asking me for some time as I've been doing these videos, as I predicted that Donald Trump would become the nominee of the GOP party, which people said was outlandish months and months ago, but now has become a reality. Now, I think I was the first to really call him an asshole, but that he was perfect for the President of the United States because of his massive ego and his big, bold message, that it would resonate. The politically incorrect message would resonate with the American people. Since then, he's promised a lot. He's promised to build a wall, a big wall that Mexico would pay for. In fact, it was kind of funny, Vicente Fox, the former president of Mexico, even apologized to the Donald a couple days ago, put his tail between his legs.
And yes, I'm humble enough, as leaders should be, compassionate leader. If I offended you, I'm sorry.
You see how they change their tune when it becomes more and more likely that Donald Trump will become president of the United States?
I declare, I'm not going to pay for that fucking wall. He should pay for it.
He's promised to deport up to 11 million plus people back to Mexico. He's promised to reveal the truth about September 11th, 2001. He's promised to prosecute Hillary Rodham Clinton for her crimes. Benghazi Gate, the email scandal, blowing up her email server, the deaths of Christopher Stevens, CIA liaison, and several other Americans. The countless lies and the countless things that she was a part of that Barack Obama administration, now making up the potential third term that will make up Hillary Rodham Clinton in 2016. But I keep seeing this unknown, and I don't have the answer to it, but there's an unknown somewhere leading up from now to the election. Something's going to happen. We're seeing this now with the GOP party conspiring. We saw this before with a potential brokered convention, people like Paul Ryan coming out just a couple days ago and saying he's not ready to support the Donald. He's not ready to support who the people are demanding, from the Republican side at least, become the President of the United States. People like Jeb Bush, you know, I call him the piece of driftwood, but really just a little crybaby, a little bitch. It's like he's upset because the country doesn't want a third Bush. I mean, his entire family's been president of the United States, but now he's like, you know, I'm not going to support Donald Trump. So essentially, what the bitch, crybaby Jeb Bush is doing is he's putting in a vote for Hillary Rodham Clinton by not voting and supporting the people's choice in 2016. So you see the GOP party conspiring against Donald Trump, and there's still this unknown. We've talked about the threat of assassination, something I think is a very real threat. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning in to AMTV Alternative Media Television. It's March 15th, 2016. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what I can't on YouTube. So to watch it, you've got to click the link below, visit us at AMTV On Demand. There could be the threat of some kind of information being leaked out on Donald. My point being is the establishment wants to stop this guy. And it's one of the reasons I do not think that he will win in 2016. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he does. I hope that our politicians in Washington, D.C. listen to the voice of the American people. Interesting today, Azealia Banks. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I don't really know who she is. I just know that she's a pop singer, I believe. A black lady says she's voting for Donald Trump. She actually called Hillary Rodham Clinton an MK Ultra robot, which sounds conspiratorial, but actually in reality is kind of the truth. I mean, she's just a mouthpiece, basically sucking the D of the establishment, just like her husband. You know, so it's amazing, these war of words, how Donald Trump isn't garnering support from the GOP political elite, people like Mitt Romney. In fact, there was a gentleman on CNBC today that said he had met with Romney just a couple of days ago, and they were conspiring to have Romney run as an independent.
And let me put it very plainly. If we Republicans choose Donald Trump as our nominee, the prospects for a safe and prosperous future are greatly diminished. Let me explain why I say that. First, on the economy. If Donald Trump's plans were ever implemented, the country would sink into prolonged recession.
I mean, remember how they squashed Ron Paul in the last election? They didn't allow, the independent voice to really resonate with the American people. They just changed the rules at the convention. Now they're doing the opposite because the people have decided that they want Donald Trump, a wild card, a radical, so to speak, who has no political background but has just built a corporate empire. So there's this large unknown here that I personally see right now. I don't have the answer to it, but I feel like something's going to happen from now leading up to the general election that we just can't predict. A new catalyst that's going to change the game. And I think we'll be working against Donald Trump. Because whether or not it's right or left establishment politics, they're both on the same team. And they're both working for the same all-seeing eye, this New World Order agenda. And they both don't want Donald Trump as president of the United States. We're seeing this in sorts right now overseas in the UK, where they have a referendum vote, where the UK will be voting whether or not to stay or leave the Eurozone. Now, I actually don't think they're going to leave, even though they're having a vote, because again, they're going to use these manufactured, engineered crises to further integrate the New World Order agenda. That's a part of 2008. It's part of September 11, 2001. It's a part of the Pigs Nations crisis, the Greece crisis, the bank runs over. I mean, they're using all of it to sell you the idea that because nations are failing through manufactured immigration funded by the likes of people like George Soros, that's the reason they need even further Orwellian control. And they usher in this New World Order agenda. So I actually don't think that the UK is going to vote out. In fact, they're even fear-mongering. David Cameron is fear-mongering right now that it could start World War III if they left, that there would be no guarantee if they left the euro that there would be peace going forward, that there would likely be war. So see how they're using this fear-mongering. See how this is a part of this NWO agenda to, again, integrate the world order. So we all become a part of the same entity. I talked about this in my on-demand video last week, which I released, talking about that America is now a land of peasants. This is socialism. It is a feudal society where they've literally wiped out the middle class.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV, Alternative Media Television. It is, of course, Friday, May 6, 2016, and America has become and is becoming a feudal society where 99% are peasants and the top 0.001%, the elites, rule and run everything.
And what's interesting about it is a lot of people can't see it. They still hold their Louis Vuitton handbags, and they're still able to finance a car at 0% interest rates over a 60 or 72-month amortization, or finance their house at 4%. So they think that they're still middle class, but they're actually not. You see, they've been pushed down to the bottom of the barrel. They don't own anything. If you took a look at most Americans' net worth, they'd actually have a negative net worth. It's just debt. It's a money illusion. It's printed out of thin air, courtesy of the private federal New World Order Federal Reserve. So we have all these changes being implemented right now. At the same time, there's this new figurehead in the name of Donald Trump ruffling the feathers of mainstream establishment politics. The anti-politician, the politically incorrect candidate. People like Azealia Banks, if I'm saying her name correctly, are supporting this guy, as are millions and millions of Americans, because they want change. They realize that they've been screwed and that they're being screwed. Same reason that Bernie Sanders has so much support. But what I think people are underestimating is that there still is a great unknown out there leading up to the general election. And again, the table is rigged in favor of Hillary Rodham Clinton. The establishment does not want Donald Trump. So what will that unknown catalyst be? Could it be another manufactured economic crisis? Could it be another act of terror like September 11, 2001? Could it be an assassination attempt, God forbid, on Donald Trump's life? Could it be dirt released by the Hillary Clinton party and her criminal clan that makes up the Clintonistas? Something is there brewing. People like Paul Ryan stuttering all over himself, basically saying in a recent interview that he can't support Donald Trump.
And joining me now, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, former Republican vice presidential nominee Paul Ryan. Speaker Ryan, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jake. How are you doing today?
So, Mr. Speaker, you have said throughout this process that you will support the Republican presidential nominee. Now you have a presumptive nominee, Donald Trump. Will you support him?
Well, to be perfectly candid with you, Jake, I'm just not ready to do that at this point. I'm not there right now. And I hope to, though, and I want to. But I think what is required is that we unify this party.
Mitt Romney conspiring with others, although I think he's declined to run as an independent candidate. The little crybaby bitch that makes up Jeb Bush, the piece of driftwood that he is, just pissed off because he wasn't elected the third Bush. I mean, what a freaking joke. What a freaking idiot. These people pledged to support the GOP nominee once the people had spoken, and now they've gone back on that promise. You see what a bunch of scumbags the GOP party is? You see what a bunch of scumbags the Clintons and the Clintonista party is? They're all part of the same team. And again, I've said this from the get-go, Donald Trump is different. Yeah, he's an asshole. He's an egomaniac. He's a corporate titan. But he is different. He's demanding change. I'm Christopher Green. Get this video out everywhere, make it viral, hard-hitting it in your face, and click the link below to support our sponsor.